Hello and welcome back to the channel, episode 7 of Alien Earth Emergence. Where do you want to start out today, Laura? Because I was going to give you the option, like go straight in on your favorite segment, or I have like a good question for you.
Okay, hit me with the question.
Okay. In the world of like guardian animals and sci-fi and fantasy,
Oh, not a question. This is like I have it like all I kept thinking is I want a pet.
this is why
Why can't that be me?
this is why girls like this is why girls like dragons and wolves and all that other stuff in fantasy, because if you can choose your like battle pet. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going with the xenomorph. It is
Yeah,
clearly the superior species.
one of my first thoughts was like after that was like I could do anything I wanted at any time of day,
Absolutely.
anywhere cuz like I mean, good luck, you know?
I cannot wait. I can't wait to see people's like buddy costumes for Comic Cons, because
This is going to be so great.
yeah, it's perfect.
This
It's
is
perfect for that.
perfect. There
The
are so
marketing.
many
The
buddy
marketing.
costumes here too. Like you have Slightly and Smee, you have Kirsh and Boy Kavalier. You know, there's so many
Sheep and
possibilities.
eyeball.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities. Actually, you know what? That I have two favorite
Okay.
scenes. Yeah, I think you could probably guess what they are.
Is it Well, I'm gonna go with the sheep scene,
Yeah,
because that's just it's the scene stealer of the series. I mean, here we are, 3
absolutely.
episodes in a row, starting with 5 when it's doing the little tappy tap on the glass, and then now we're here. They're all good, and this thing, it's not even really doing much, but every time it does something, like, the crowd
It's
goes
so
wild.
impressive. Yeah,
Yeah.
the crowd does. I mean, speaking of the crowd goes wild, the crowd went hysterically wild. Like the moment he figured out that the eyes of higher intelligence, he's up against the glass like my soulmates arrived. You know, you would have thought
Yeah.
that this was love at first sight in that moment.
Mhm.
And so he's gonna put that thing in a body and he's gonna regret it. Like
I mean, hopefully it ends up in his body, but, like,
I
who
hope so too.
okay, who were you thinking? Like, which body were you thinking, Joe? Because I was thinking Joe, and then I was like, "Well, wait, like, does the body have to be alive because maybe they'll bring back Arthur?" Or
Yeah,
I don't know.
I got the idea that it has to like take over something that's like alive and
Mhm.
then, it won't be alive when it leaves.
Hijacks
But
the
yeah, it's like Ratatouille. So
eyeball take the wheel.
I keep wondering because
It's
the
like
way that
Ratatouille in the little car. Yep, okay.
uh when you think about how Boy was speaking about this, he's like, just rattling off all of these like
Mhm.
possible vehicles for the eye. And at one point he's just like, yeah, let's choose this person that's like of lower IQ. So I deem them as like some expendable science experiment material. And he was like, I just want to see the change.
Yeah.
I don't remember the eye talking the last time it had a human body.
I don't think it
All it
did, but
did
it
was,
it was
like,
like
open its mouth and send out that, like,
yeah.
sound that drew the xenomorph to
And then
it.
it, like, blue 42'd the xenomorph like a
Yeah.
linebacker,
Yes.
which was equally as enjoyable.
But
But
it never said a word.
no, that's the thing, like, it can it knows complex math. It has a lot of disdain for Boy Cavalier, like, it taking a dump on the floor was, like, very unexpected, but also very funny. Like, the humor with this show, like, hits in a very weird way, because I'm gonna be real, eyeball and sheep reminds me a lot of, like, your dogs. Like, it just kinda does what it
No,
wants.
yeah, that's actually a really great way to put that, like, definitely in Taves.
Like,
Taves
higher
is
life form, but, like, a little bit of a gremlin.
yeah. So I love how I did actually think that when it took a dump on the floor that was hilarious, and I think part of why it's hilarious is because, like, all we keep seeing is people, kissing the ring with Boy Cavalier.
Yeah.
Even the synths do
Yes.
it.
Mhm.
So then you have this, like, alien life form that comes in that's like, "I know higher math, and, like, this is what I think about all of this."
Right.
Just a big pile of poop on the floor. That's what all of this
Poopy.
is.
Poopy. Yeah, it's interesting that that whole, like, showdown happened again because and then, like and then it was doing that thing where it was kind of like sheep screaming, like, it was doing that mad
It did, it
rush at
did.
him where, like, it was I don't know, it's so, like, human, but not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think,
It
like
seems to have no desire to speak, like, human language,
no.
and that seems to be his entire primary focus, is that, like, they're somehow gonna have some, like, intellectual bond just because the eyeball was like, "Yeah, I know higher math too."
Right. I think what's interesting, though, is we get to see a lot of, like, Boy Cavalier I mean, we know he's a piece of crap, but he's like, "Oh, yeah, like the mold sprayers. I'll get one of the mold sprayers."
Yeah.
And then immediately he's like, "No, no, no. I have an idea. I know exactly who." I have to wonder if whoever he's choosing is someone that has wronged him somehow. So, like, I could see him coming after Joe because he's trying to, like, take Wendy out of there. I could see Arthur, but Arthur's already dead, just because Arthur betrayed him. But besides that, he wants someone that's a lower like, someone that he deems of lower intelligence. So, like, who does that leave? I mean, probably not Arthur. Arthur was pretty smart,
Right.
not Dame Sylvia, so it's gotta be Joe.
And, like, can it really reanimate Arthur at this point? Like, he dead.
Yeah, I don't
Like, I
I mean, it's like when you
everything we've
throw
seen
they
it
throw the frog
yeah.
legs in the hot soup and they you
Well,
know?
everything we've seen the eyeball, like, use as a vessel has been alive when it,
Mhm.
climbed on board,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it goes, like, right for your eye to begin with because, natural positioning, obviously.
It's close.
But I really wonder, like, how this is gonna go, because clearly he's gonna do this. He is
Yeah.
way too, like, enchanted to not go through with giving that thing a better body that has the capacity for, like, speaking a human language. But the
Mhm.
question is, like, does he actually just drop it into another human, or is he gonna go, like, full bore unhinged and put it in a synth?
See, that's the thing, like, can
And
it
can it
even do
even do
anything?
it? Yeah.
Yeah, in a sense. And so, I and that's still I don't yeah, because he wants a higher or lower, like, intelligence being, so, like, they're supposed to be really smart, right?
Right.
I don't know. The whole like, everything going on with the synths right now, also, like, Nibs, she came up top for me, like, for a while, I was like, "She's whatever," like, she's kind of annoying with her virgin pregnancy, but, like, her what did she say? Mr.
Mr. Strawberry?
Yeah.
Like, cause like, at that point, I was like, "Okay, Mr. Strawberry the ostrich says, like, 'fuck you all.'" And I was like, "Okay, we're popping off."
That was
Like
another moment for me where the crowd went wild. I was like,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
okay."
And, even that scene, it didn't necessarily go how I thought it was gonna go,
No.
but there is that whole lead into that scene where we start to realize that Wendy is genuinely communicating with the xenomorphs. She's not just, like, playing the same recording over and over and over
Yeah.
again. And
Mhm.
so much so that they're having one of those, like, wild animal and nature moments, like, between the
Yes.
2 of them. It was like we were watching something planet Earth for a second, and I do like how her brother tried to step in front with she was like, "Oh my god, stop."
Get out
Like,
of here, Joe.
I don't know what he was thinking. She's clearly talking to these already. Like
Oh, Joe. Trying to he somehow keeps surviving though, which is incredible for him. Like,
Yeah.
he just kind of stumbles out of it on both his feet. But I don't know, like, it's a pretty cool party trick. I can't say that it's not terrifying, but as a woman, it's also very, very cool. And I'm so glad that they made Wendy Wendy and it wasn't, like it
Yeah.
doesn't hit the same if it's like a dude and the xenomorph. I don't know exactly why. I can't tell you why, but there's some type of like weird, I don't know, like guardianship thing going. And
Well,
that's just a thing for me, like in general. Like that's why, like, like in Game of Thrones,
yeah.
the Stark kids and their direwolf, like Sansa, like when she loses her dire spoilers, obviously.
Mhm.
I mean, but there's something about, like, that bond that's, like, really cool, but the thing is when you put it in a xenomorph, you're really flipping the, like it's not, like, cute, cuddly, it's not something that's gonna, like, ever be a gentle thing, and so it just puts it, like, at the top of, like, the weirdest but coolest, most just awesome
Yeah, and it was like kind of
partners.
it really I'm really loving this. This is a great partnership, especially because like aren't xenomorphs a matriarchal society
Yeah, well, like, the mother is
anyways?
the yeah,
Yeah.
the
Like
queen the
they're
queen.
real big into that whole like mother thing.
The queen, yeah, there's gotta be a
Yeah.
queen.
So, I mean it makes more natural sense that they would respond to
Oh, well,
a
yeah.
woman versus yeah, because they already do. I just like I want to know if she can like call up a small legion of chest bursters to just like
The way that that thing skedaddled out
with
of
their
there,
hands. It was gone. It was like I'm out of here. I don't like this.
that thing was so
But
gross.
the island's done, dude.
That
Like
island's
the boy
donezo.
Cavalier can do whatever he wants. The island's done.
I mean, at this point, he'd probably just, shut the doors and spend the next 25 years having conversations with whatever's
With the eye.
Yeah, yeah.
But the eye clearly doesn't respect him. Like
No, no.
he's like in love and the eye is appalled. Like
Righteous rage, yeah.
yes.
I
Oh my god,
don't
I can't wait to see the eyes like star shine so bright next episode. It's going to be incredible, I already know.
Is it going to be cooler in the body of a person than it is in the sheep? I have no idea.
I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
cuz you know what? I'm going to say it's not going to be honestly,
Yeah.
but it's still going to be amusing because it's so disrespectful and I love that about it.
Well, that's what makes it so funny because it's a sheep and
Exactly.
it's like disrespecting him as a sheep. But I mean, I think we were on the right track the other week when we were like, what's the weirdest animal you could put that thing in? And honestly, human is almost too boring.
It really
Like,
is.
I guess, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they can wow us. Maybe it'll be a surprise. But also, like, oh my God, will it even happen? Or will like something happen before then
Mm.
and it goes straight into Cavalier? Because that would be pretty great.
That's really where it needs to go.
Yeah.
And you know what's really interesting about all of this is, I mean, the eye is really like in this game right now. It is winning every time it's manipulating something.
Yeah.
And they keep watching it like manipulate the variables and circumstances around it, and then they keep like underestimating that it's going to do that. So I don't understand why they keep giving it so many opportunities and then being like, "Wow."
Everyone on the island is an idiot. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm not hating. I really don't care. But honestly, I'm fine with it. I think though that this whole the way that things are setting up, there's all of that going on, but I have to get to Kirsch for like a
Oh
second
yeah,
at
this
least
is
because now we learn like he has remote access. He can open and close the doors from wherever he's at on his little tablet. So when everything went down, he could have stopped it. He could have stopped it. He saw it, he was watching, he didn't stop it. What is his end game? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I know that he's like,
I kind of get the idea that he's like out to kill most of the kids at this point because he felt like one was, swayed to the dark side. So like obviously this is going to keep happening kind of thing because all it'll take is people to find their parents and threaten the
mhm,
parents like what happened here and then you're going to have, more possible breaches in security. But he seemed like really incredibly irritated with that kid. What's his Tootles? Is that
Toodles
Isaac?
who died,
Isaac.
Isaac, yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand what his like motive was there. Is he just checking out what the aliens can do?
You mean him like,
Like, yeah, not intervening.
mhm.
Is
Yeah,
he
I have
just
no
like,
idea.
let's see what happens?
I have no idea, and that's the thing, like, it almost just seems like he's so nihilistic about everything that he just doesn't care. Like, he
Yeah.
almost seems like someone who's been used and abused for far too long, and now he's just kind of like, "I don't care, like, let things happen how they happen." But if that's the case if that's the case, I mean, what situation is the best for Kirsh? Like, everyone dies and he just walks off the island, he swims somewhere? Like,
I
what, takes a boat? Like, I
jetpack.
right, right. But,
I
like, I'm
I
trying to think, like, thematically what works for him
I
because
think the
he's
game. I think the game that he has going on
mhm.
with Morrow is probably more stimulating to him than
Agreed,
anything else on the island.
agreed.
Like, he clearly is really enjoying that. I mean, he brought a chest burster to the meet.
Yeah,
I was just like, finders keepers, like, I guess here you go.
yeah.
And it's like one of the few times in the show where there seems to be even the slightest like peak of excitement from him.
Mhm. I would agree. That exchange in the elevator was kind of like the intro, and then this moment kind of felt like, I don't know, like they're really riding this like roller coaster of are they or aren't they? You know what I mean? Like, are they gonna fight? Are they gonna
Yeah.
like what? I know I said enemies enemies to lovers arc,
Lovers.
enemies to lovers arc,
Oh
but
god, that would make this show so much better. So much
could you
better.
imagine?
Please, enemies to
And I
lovers
mean,
arc.
even like, obviously, I'm joking, but, like, even if it wasn't something like that, like, can there actually be, like, mutual understanding on the other side of this for these 2 characters? And
I think
should there
so.
be? And should there be?
I think
But
that they'll probably have an easier time reaching mutual understanding between the two of them than they ever will for the humans that they work for.
yeah. Yeah, I agree,
And,
I agree.
Kirsch has got to realize that this is all going off the rails.
Yeah. Yeah, and it almost it does kind of seem like he's enjoying that a little bit because, honestly, Boy Cavalier is such a
He is insufferable.
he's really the worst, you know? And,
Yeah.
like, on top of that, how long has been Kirsch in here? How long has he been doing this? How long has he been cleaning up the messes, no respect, just
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? Like, he has no it almost like there's no stimulation there for him whatsoever, and he's just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah, because we never really get like much of an idea of like how old he is, or I guess how long he's been in operation.
Yeah, and, like, do they was he with someone else before he was with Boy Cavalier? Like, what's his whole
Right.
story? We don't know, and I think Kirsch, in terms of, like, the story goes, if you look at Alien and you've got, like, a character like David was just such a, like, maniacal, weird I hated David, but there's something so different about the way that this actor portrays Kirsh, where it's so deeply enjoyable. Even if we're saying like this is a bad dude, even in the end, if like this is the bad guy, however, take that however you will,
Right.
someone more antagonistic, even if that's the case, the way that this character is played, like the he's just got that like real he's real brat. You know what I mean? He's
Yes,
just
yes, he
real
is.
bratty, and I like there's something very snide about him where I'm just like, "Okay. Okay, girl." Like
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
He definitely dishes it out. Like, he is the one, like, aside from Eyeball, Kirsch is probably the next down from Eyeball as far as, like, giving Boy Cavalier the business,
Mhm. Yeah.
because he doesn't necessarily do as much, like, pandering to Boy Cavalier, but he still
Mhm.
doesn't, treat him the same way he treats everybody else.
Yeah, yeah.
He never, like, expresses his disappointment in Boy Cavalier.
There's what's interesting I think though is with all of these characters. So like Kirsch, I think he takes the lead for me in terms of like the adult characters, I want to say, like not the, not the different species or
Right.
and I mean he's not even human is the thing. And so when you have a character who's not, like the humans and the kids, quote unquote kids, they have so much more emotion. They have so much more like they're
Well, they
just
have,
more
like,
emotive in
the
general.
characters, they have, like, the characteristics of humans.
Right. And that's
Kirsch does not.
and that's
He
what I'm
just looks
saying.
like one.
Yeah, but the thing is like this actor is bringing so much putting so much life into a character that typically like it's not going to be as emotive as a human in a way where it's like very like it's very very good. And I think that's probably the hardest role in the entire series.
Yeah.
And
No, it's
like
like, I'm thinking about it and, like, how I would describe Kirsch's behavior, and, like, brat is very much it.
thank
It's
you.
just
Thank you.
serving all the time.
He's always on. He's
Yeah.
always standing on business. It's great. It's delightful. I love it. I love him.
But,
This actor now, I'm a fan forever because of this.
how, though, is he going to respond when he realizes that while he was playing cat and mouse with Morrow, uh, Wendy has been tearing up the island, her and
Well,
her pet?
hopefully he's into it. Hopefully.
I feel like he'll be more fascinated by it than anything, because
Yeah.
that is truly fascinating how she can connect to that xenomorph, and it's got to be due to it has to be due to both, like, the human and synth portions.
Right. Right. Is he going to want to study it or is he going to want to like sit back and just see everything burn? Like who can say? Who can say? And oh my god, like all of the experimentation that's going on and like leading up to this last episode, I don't know where it's going, but I've got like a taste and I like where it's going. The only other thing that I kind of wanted to touch on was Slightly and Smee and Arthur because these kids you
Those scenes were wild. Like,
I don't
at one point, I was like, "Oh my god, like, this is a train wreck. Why do these people keep employing children for this?" Like, and then it's like, you also feel bad because you know that they're just kids and they have these, like, crazy adult expectations
Mhm.
to know how to, like, move bodies and stuff.
Well, that's what I'm thinking though, that
All
Morrow
you
was
know
like, "Hey kid, like you bring this dead body with the chest burster in it, like just bring it to the docks. Like it'll be fine. It'll be easy. Point A, point B." Like that's on Morrow. He's an adult. He has a child. He thought that this bonehead could do that. That's on him. But
you know, it it's crazy because they also, like, they have so much control over some of the synths versus some of the others,
Yeah.
you know? And this is one of those, like, where we have these kids, one of them is, like, acting under threat of harm to his family,
Right.
and the
Under
other,
duress.
yeah, is basically under duress as well, but just trying to help his best friend, and they're, like, in this insane situation that they have no idea how to, like, actually manage.
Right. Right. It's going to be one of these situations where it's like the house of cards just goes down. And I don't think that there's really anything that how do you stop this train from coming?
Right.
Like Wendy's got she's literally crooning to the xenomorph. It's doing her business for her.
And
It's
she let them
incredible.
out.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
she's the one
yeah.
who was like, "You know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works."
I'm
So,
me, I'm taking my little friend and we're leaving.
I think
So,
that there's some, like, really lovely irony in all of this, though,
mhm.
is that Kirsch is the one who pushes them to, like, think in a scientific way versus anything that reflects humanity. And
Mhm.
so these are kind of the consequences of that. By pushing her to continue to, like, experiment and experiment, like, really does set the stage for her to be like, let's see what happens.
Right. I think no, I think you're right about that. And I think Kirsch just really doesn't care at all at this point. I mean, if we've got the only other the only other thing that I wanted to touch on, Curly, she's the one that ratted them out, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
and
she's
told
the
on them.
narc.
But is Nibs, like quote unquote alive at this point, or is she like down for good? Because Joe just took her like Joe got her good. But also now Joe is in this situation where like
Yeah, yeah.
he's
His sister is pissed.
yeah, but he's just seeing the side they set it all up with the graveyard scene, right? Like, oh, like that's where like that was the body of my sister. Is this actually my sister anymore? And then she's making these decisions that are a little bit unsavory to Joe. And so like I'm almost wondering at some point if because we don't see, like, synths in the franchise, I wonder if, like, this all has to implode somehow and, like, we have to kill them all at some point, or, like, they're just like or, like, they end up, making it out alive or whatever, they just don't continue with this experiment ever again because it ends in such a disastrous manner, you know what I
I think
mean?
that that would fit in the timeline.
Okay.
Like, because we've gotta have, like, something at some point that explains why this is absent from the rest of the timeline, you know?
Right. I'm wondering
So,
if Joe's gonna be the person to, like, pull the trigger, you know what I mean?
okay, yeah. No,
Like
that definitely really works.
yeah,
He's the only one that's kind of, like, resisted taking orders, like, we see all these people, and they can clearly see that things are going wrong, but they're like, "Nope, gotta keep taking orders."
right, and I think Joe, like, he's in this it's a unique character to be the one to, like, push the button, like, you know what I mean? Kind of
Yeah,
like, metaphorically, like, just explode the island into the ocean because he has that tether to Wendy as like a family member, so there's that like connection and like what it means to be human, right? And it's going to be
yeah,
harder for him to do than anyone else because of his connection to her. So it would be like emotional, it would be all of that. But also him loving his sister and doing it anyways, I feel like would signify like it is the right choice. It is the correct choice because it was the person who's doing it, it would be the hardest for them to do. And in that case, like, like it was really just or really righteous or whatever, however you want to describe it. But I don't know.
yeah, and Wendy I mean, she saw what Nibs did, and, I mean, I don't blame her, it was hilarious. But,
What a diva, Nibs.
yeah, but when, like, she snatches up Joe's love interest and they're that's where, like, the really hard choices start beginning for him, and
Yeah.
then, like, Wendy has a really intense reaction to it, and you would almost think as though she were Nibs' mother, in a
Yeah.
way, like,
Mhm.
somehow she feels responsible for the rest of them.
Yeah. It's a lot. But should we wrap it up there?
Yeah.
All right. So if you made it this far, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And go check out my other YouTube channel. Help a girl out. We will see you for the
Yes.
finale next week. And we will talk to you then.